Hi, good morning. We're talking about syllabus review projects and information literacy. There's an article, McGowan 2016, and they provide a 10-step list for a syllabus review project. The first step is define your research question, exactly what you want to know. The second one is determine where the syllabi are archived and how you can access them. Identify potential campus partners, such as the teaching center, advising office, or an academic department. The fourth step is plan the size and scope of the review. For example, a single department, general education courses, freshman level courses, a representative sample, or a full population review. Obtain approval for the research. But then step 6 is develop a rubric for assessing syllabi and recording data. Ensure that rubric elements gather the information needed to answer your research question or questions. Step 7 is to collect the syllabi and recruit reviewers. Develop procedures for reliable data collection and training for monitoring inter-rater reliability, including create a data entry sheet, train reviewers, establish an acceptable level of reliability, monitor rater agreement. Step 9 is review the syllabi, and step 10 is analyze, summarize, and distribute the data. So that's holistically where the rubric fits in with the whole project. So the course syllabi review projects don't always have a rubric, but when they do, it's kind of halfway through the process. But when you do have a group of reviewers and they use a rubric, it's kind of an ongoing effort that the group, holistically and uniformly applies the rubric. So, the functionality of the rubric, first of all, it establishes standards of information literacy, and it allows for the information to be very data specific, and it is transferable across departments. So if there isn't a rubric, the reviewers save a step and people can go right to the syllabi and they can use words from the syllabi to create codes and group and look for trends. If a rubric is used, it's an extra step to create the rubric. But during the review process, and specifically the steps are create a data entry sheet for consistent and accurate data entry, train reviewers to apply the rubric to score syllabi, establish an acceptable level of inter-rater reliability, and monitor rater agreement. So some kind of a review period with the rubric, because the hope is accurate and precise data that's, remains consistent with the values of information literacy. And the hope is that because the information is correct, can this be transferred to different, is it then transferable? Because if you don't have a rubric and you go right to the syllabi, the codes might be course specific or department specific. One advantage of using the rubric is you actually have data. Can this data and this method and this rubric be used across disciplines to either repeat the project or, depending on the goals of the review, it might be that small scale review projects don't need a rubric and you can go right to the syllabi. But the benefits of using the rubric, you'll have accurate data, and can the method and the rubric and the findings, is it transferable to other departments? And it might be more accurate and easier to understand if there is a rubric than if people just develop codes from the syllabus. And this list, these steps came from McGowan 2016. So that's it. Thank you.